Hello everyone, welcome to today's lecture on different types of probability distribution and density functions. The first one we'll discuss about Gaussian function, Gaussian distribution and Gaussian density function. We also call it as a normal distribution function or normal density function. This is the first variety we are going to discuss, and let us consider a random variable x. Remember that Gaussian function we apply only to a continuous random variable. Here x is a continuous random variable, not discrete one. For a continuous random variable, the Gaussian density function is given by this expression. Fx of x equal to 1 by square root of 2 pi sigma x square e power minus x minus ax whole square by 2 sigma x square. Here ax represents mean value and sigma x square represents variance. And this is the density function curve. It is a symmetrical bell curve. It is a symmetrical bell curve, and here the maximum value of this symmetrical bell curve appears at ax. Here the maximum amplitude appears at ax. The maximum amplitude is this one, 1 by square root of 2 pi sigma x square. Ax is called as mean value. On either sides of ax, that is ax minus sigma x and at ax plus sigma x, the amplitude level reduces to this one, 0.607 times of its maximum value. Next one, this is the probability distribution function curve formula. Now we already know the probability density function fx of x. What is the relation between probability distribution and density? Distribution function equal to integration minus infinity to x fx of density function fx of x dx. Now substitute fx of x here, we get the distribution function capital Fx of x, this one, 1 by square root of 2 pi sigma x square integral minus infinity to x e power minus x minus ax by 2 sigma x whole square dx. So this is the Gaussian distribution function curve. Okay, so the example or application of this Gaussian function is either distribution function or density function is, we know that output of an amplifier consists of noise signal. Okay, the output of an amplifier, which is a voltage signal, in that voltage signal noise appears. Why the noise appears? Because of the random motion of electrons. We call that noise as a thermal noise or white noise or Johnson noise. Then how it is related to Gaussian function? Because the distribution of the noise is Gaussian in nature. That means it is in the form of a bell curve. Okay, so the distribution of thermal noise or Johnson noise or white noise, which is due to the random motion of electrons, is having Gaussian distribution form. So that's why we call it as a Gaussian distribution function, and this is one of the example of Gaussian random variable or thermal noise measurement error. Next one, if we consider the normalized case means substitute ax equal to 0 and sigma x value as 1. Substitute ax equal to 0 and sigma x as 1, then we get, this is the ax value and sigma x as 1. What we will get? Fx of x equal to 1 by root 2 pi integration minus infinity to x e power minus x square by 2 dx. Okay, this is called as standard Gaussian distribution function. This formula is called as standard Gaussian distribution function, which does not contain any mean value or variance value. It is only in terms of x. Okay, and also remember that if x is negative, we can write the distribution function as fx of minus x equal to 1 minus fx of x. Next, the Gaussian distribution function can also be written in terms of error function. Error function representation is ERF of x. It is given by 2 by square root pi integral 0 to x e power minus u square du or e power minus x square dx. Now let us consider the standard Gaussian distribution function. Standard Gaussian distribution function is fx of x equal to 1 by 2 pi square root of integral 1 by root 2 pi integral minus infinity to x e power minus x square by 2 dx. Let us consider this standard Gaussian distribution function formula. So split the integral into two parts, minus infinity to 0 and 0 to x. So from the integral properties of exponential signals, this formula integration of minus infinity to 0 e power minus x square by 2 dx, we can write it as 1 by 2 square root of pi by a. Suppose if it is a x square, it is root of pi by a. Here a is 1 by 2. Okay, if we substitute for the same, we get the expression as fx of x equal to 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 erf of x by root 2. This is probability distribution function in terms of error function. Okay, now the properties of Gaussian distribution function. So the first property is we know that the Gaussian distribution function or Gaussian density function curve, maximum value is appearing at mean value ax and it is having an amplitude of 1 by square root of 2 pi sigma x square. So this is the first property of Gaussian function. The peak value occurs at x equal to ax, that is mean value. Fx of x equal to 1 by square root of 2 pi sigma x square. Next property is the plot of Gaussian probability density function exhibits even symmetry around its mean value. Even symmetry means fx of, see this function, in this bell curve, on either sides of the mean value we get the two values ax minus sigma x and ax plus sigma x. Okay, so these are the two symmetry points. Next one is area under PDF curve is 1 by 2 for all values of x below mean value and 1 by 2 for all values of x above mean value. From the probability density function properties, we know that area under PDF curve, area under PDF curve integral minus infinity to infinity fx of x dx equal to 1. This is one of the property of probability density function curve. Here Gaussian density function curve is, this is an even function or it is having even symmetry. So below the mean value up to here part, the area is 1 by 2 and above this value beyond mean value ax, the area is 1 by 2. So the total area under this Gaussian density function curve is 1. Next property, as sigma x tends to 0, the Gaussian function approaches to impulse function delta located at x equal to ax. This is because area under the PDF curve is always unity. So here in this Bell function curve, we know that on either sides of the mean value, the values are ax minus sigma x and ax plus sigma x. If we substitute sigma x to 0 in this part and this part, we get only ax. Ax means it is the mean value. That means this bell curve shrinks and it forms as a impulse signal. And next one, area under the impulse function is unity. Okay, next one is the weighted sum of Gaussian random variables is also Gaussian. Next, let us discuss some more different types of distribution and density functions. First one binomial, second one Poisson, uniform, exponential and Rayleigh functions. First one is binomial function, binomial distribution and binomial density functions. Here this binomial function we define only when we expect two outcomes for an event. For what types of events we expect two outcomes? The best example is tossing a coin. If we toss a coin, we get either head or tail. Suppose if the outcome is head, if we want the outcome as head, we consider it as a success. Success means here in this binomial function, let us consider p. P is the value we are assigning to the success. Okay, and next one, which is not the desired outcome, which is a tail, we call it as a failure, and we give the variable as 1 minus p. So by considering these two, the binomial density function is given by this expression, fx of x equal to summation k equal to 0 to n nk p power k 1 minus p whole power n minus k delta of x minus k. Okay, so here why we have to use summation? In the Gaussian density, why we have used integration? Because this binomial distribution is defined only for discrete random variables, not for continuous. Why? Because the binomial function is based on is related to the events which are having only two outcomes. Two outcomes means only two values which are not continuous values. Only at discrete intervals of time we get that output, either head or tail. So since it is a discrete value, that is a discrete random variable, so we use summation here. Fx of x equal to summation k equal to 0 to n nk p power k 1 minus p whole power n minus k delta of x minus k. This is the density function. If we want distribution function, we know that relation between density and distribution function is integration of minus infinity to x fx of x dx. So integration of impulse function is a unit step function, and remaining everything is same to same. Okay, now this nk, this term or this quantity is called as binomial coefficient, and it is nck. NCR formula, we know that n factorial by n minus r factorial into r factorial. And now these are the two distribution and density function curves. Binomial distribution, this is binomial distribution, and this is binomial density function curves. So the applications of this binomial function is, it is used to detect problems in radar and sonar. And next, in many experiments, if only two possible outcomes are expecting, then we use this binomial function. Next one is the third one, or here it is second one, it is a Poisson. So Poisson distribution and density functions we define only when the average number of times the event occurs in a particular time period. In a particular time interval, how many times or times, average number of times the event occurs. For such type of events only we define Poisson probability density function and Poisson probability distribution function. One of the example is, suppose if n number of customers visiting the store in a 1 hour span, so for that type of events we use Poisson probability. Okay, here a fast food restaurant gets an average of 3 visitors per minute. On an average, 3 visitors are visiting the restaurant per minute. Next one, we define the Poisson probability density and probability distribution functions. So this is the expression Poisson density function, and Poisson density Poisson value also we define for a discrete random variable, not for continuous, because in a given time interval, some number of customers they are arriving at different times, in 1 minute time or 1 hour time, or in a one day, how many number of customers are visiting the store. Or another example related to the communications is random failures of an experiment. Okay, that means how many times an experiment equipment is failure. Next one, probability distribution function. Probability distribution function, we know the formula, fx of x equal to integration minus infinity to x density function fx of x dx. Now substitute this density function in this formula, we get this one, because integration of impulse signal is a unit step signal. Next example we already know. Another examples or applications are number of telephone calls received in a particular period of time, and number of defective elements in a given samples, and number of electrons emitted from a cathode in a given time interval. And these are the examples. Let us see one of the example here. Suppose in a call center, if 200 calls are received per an hour, and the time taken to attend the call, each call is 18 seconds. Now we have to calculate the constant B. So time t equal to 18 seconds, and lambda is 200 per hour. So 200 by 60 into 60 in seconds per second, and B equal to lambda into t. So this is 1. Now uniform distribution and density function. So this uniform distribution and density functions we define only when the situations in which there are no preferred value for the random variable. So for what type of situations we define this? Here let us consider a sinusoidal waveform. Sinusoidal waveform means it is a continuous waveform. This is defined over an interval 0 to 2 pi. So at each value of this sinusoidal signal there is some phase angle, and we cannot predict the phase angle. This may be like this and this may be like this. We cannot predict the phase angle. So for such type of events we define uniform density function or uniform distribution function, and this is for a continuous random variable, not for discrete. So a uniform probability density function is given by this formula. Fx of x equal to 1 by b minus a, and x lies in the interval a to b, as in the case sine wave lies in the interval 0 to 2 pi. And next, uniform probability distribution function is given by this one. The same we get from the same formula, integral minus infinity to x fx of x dx. If we substitute this value, we get fx of x. Next, these are the distribution and density function curves for uniform. Uniform density function curve, it is amplitude is 1 by b minus a, and it lies in the interval a to b. This is uniform density function. X value it lies in the interval a to b, and its amplitude is 1 by b minus a. This is density function. And next one, this is distribution function. Distribution function is having 0 value at x less than a, and x minus a by b minus a from a to b, and for b less than or equal to x, that is 1. So here this is a density distribution function curve. Next, another example for this uniform distribution and density is in digital communication system. In generally we use this uniform density function. See, this is the block diagram of digital communication system. The first block is an analog signal. We already know analog signal is a sinusoidal waveform or continuous waveform. In general, the physically existing signals are continuous time signals. But if we want to process the signals, we need to convert it to discrete form. So for that we use a sampler here. So after sampling means converting a continuous time signal to a discrete time signal. These are the sample signals. These are the samples of a sinusoidal signal. Okay, so after sampling, quantizer is used. Quantizer means for each sample we are rounding off to the nearest value. Rounding off the value to, if the amplitude value is 0.89, so the nearest value is 1. So rounding off the value to its nearest value is called as quantizing. So in this after the quantizing we go for encoding. So this is the basic block diagram of a digital communication system. So this part we use probability uniform density function. See here, the uniform density finds number of practical uses. An important application is quantization of a signal samples prior to encoding in digital communication system. Quantizing means rounding off the actual sample to the nearest value. Suppose if it is 0.9, we will round off to the value 1. Suppose it is 0.3, we will round off to the nearest value 0. Okay. Next one is exponential. So exponential signal, we take a continuous random variable. Continuous random variable is preferred, and this exponential density function is given by this formula: fx of x equal to 1 by b e power minus x minus a by b. This is for x greater than a and 0 for x less than a. So 1 by b is the amplitude value, and e power minus means this is exponentially decaying signal, and this exponentially decaying signal starts at 1 by b. Next one, exponential distribution function. Exponential distribution function is given by 1 minus e power minus x by a by b. So this is called as an exponentially increasing function. Let us see the figures. So this is an exponential density function. The amplitude value starts at 1 by b, and it is 1 by b e power minus x minus a by b. This is exponentially decaying signal, and this is exponentially increasing signal. Next one, the applications where we use this exponential signal for measuring the size of the raindrop, and also if we use radar receivers, if signals are having different strength. So the distribution of the fluctuation in the signal strength received by the radar receivers, we use this type of function, exponential function. Next one is Rayleigh distribution and density function. So here we use continuous random variable, and Rayleigh density function is given by the formula 2 by b x minus a e power minus x minus a whole square by b for x greater than or equal to a. And distribution function, we know that distribution function is given by fx of x equal to integral minus infinity to x fx of x dx. So substitute this density function in this formula, we get distribution function. So this is the distribution function, and these are the two curves, density function curve and distribution function curve. So here let us find the maximum value of the Rayleigh density function. Maximum value we find by derivating the density function and equating it to 0. Substitute the density function here and apply derivative for this. 2 by b is constant, write it outside, and to this entire term apply the derivative. So we get the value as, after solving, we get the value as x equal to a plus root of b by 2. So this value substitute in the density function. Okay, x value is a plus root over b by 2, and substitute this x value in the density function. After substitution, we get fx of x equal to 0.607 into root of 2 by b. This is the maximum value of the density function. Now let us see here, the density function curve is this one. The maximum value is 0.607 into root over 2 by b. That is the amplitude value. Okay, and it appears at x equal to a plus root of b by 2. It appears at x equal to a plus root over b by 2. And this Rayleigh distribution function or Rayleigh density function, we apply or we find applications in finding the envelope of a white noise when the noise is passed through a band pass filter. And this is also having Gaussian density function shape. Okay, so this is a Gaussian density function curve, and the shape of the Rayleigh function is Gaussian density function. Okay, so these are the different types of probability distribution and density functions we use in our day-to-day examples, day-to-day practical applications. Gaussian density, and next one binomial. So these are the points we have discussed today. Different types of Gaussian density and Gaussian distribution function. Next one is binomial, next one is Poisson, uniform, exponential and Rayleigh. So 6 types of distribution and density functions we have discussed. Gaussian distribution is a continuous random variable we define, and for binomial it is a discrete random variable. These things you have to remember. Binomial we use discrete random variable, and when two events, if the outcomes are 2, we define binomial. Next, Poisson, this is the Poisson. We use what type of random variable? Discrete random variable we use for Poisson. And here for the uniform we use continuous, and for exponential also we use continuous, and for Rayleigh also we use continuous. Okay, so thank you for listening to the class.